What's up everyone, DSP here, and I wanted to post a follow-up video to my hashtag WTFU video from last week. If you haven't seen it yet, I released a video last week that basically talked about my copyright issues and all of my issues with YouTube's copyright system over the years, how I've never actually violated a copyright but have received tons of different strikes against my different various YouTube channels in the 8+ years that I've been on YouTube, because I really wanted to chime in and help with the effort to try to make YouTube a better place and make it apparent and make it public that these issues have been going on for quite some time and YouTube has absolutely ignored them. If you haven't seen that original video, I'll put a link in the description of this one. Please check it out because obviously it's going to have information that relates to this one. But in general, the reason I'm making this update is because we've got some big updates in regards to what's going on with YouTube. First of all, unfortunately, since I made that video last week, we've got two popular YouTubers who have been stricken with completely bogus bullshit against their YouTube accounts, one of which has lost completely the ability to even post new videos for 2 weeks, the other which has received a full copyright strike, which obviously turns off many features on a YouTube channel. It's absolutely preposterous, and once you hear these stories, you're gonna say, what the fuck? Now, in addition to that, there's also an update regarding that whole kind of, oh, we're listening post from YouTube's CEO last week on Twitter, where she linked to a YouTube forum article where one of the employees of YouTube said that they were forming a new internal team of people to manually review and change the way that their copyright policy works. I have a big update on that as well. It's not a good one, and you're gonna be shocked when you see what I've uncovered. I don't even know if anyone's seen this or figured this out yet, so, oh boy. First, let's talk about these poor YouTubers who have been negatively affected in the past week. The first one, his name is Paws. This is a guy with over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Every video the guy posts gets hundreds of thousands of views, and he primarily deals with anime-like stuff. I see he does anime-style montages. In particular, the video where he's having an issue is a video from 2 years ago. 2014 has been flagged this week for some kind of sexual content / indecency on YouTube. YouTube gave him a community strike, which disabled his ability to post new videos on his channel for 2 weeks as he disputes this community strike. Now, allow me to explain, because this is actually different from the copyright process, but it's just as important and it's just as broken. So YouTube is a website that is so large, there's absolutely no way they could pay attention to every single new video that gets uploaded to it. And so they primarily rely on you, the viewer, to police the website. They consider it a self-policing website where if people see something offensive, they flag it. If you ever see something that has excessive nudity in it, or you feel it has strong sexual content, there is actually a flag option where you can flag a video, and that video is supposed to go to YouTube for review, and if they review it, and they find it to be in violation of their policy, they have 2 options. Number 1, they can flag that video as an 18+ video, which means you actually have to have a YouTube account as a registered user showing that you're 18 years of age or older in order to view that content, and a lot of times it even has a warning button before you view the video. Click this to confirm you want to see this video. The other option is YouTube completely blocks the video or removes it from your account and gives you a community strike. Now, I personally have experience with this because I was playing The Godfather Part 2 way back when in 2009 on my original YouTube channel, Darkside Phil. When I was doing this, there were scenes where you're in a strip club, and of course, there's naked women in a strip club. Now, they were virtual women. They're not real women. It's not like I'm showing, actual nudes of women from magazines or television or anything like that. Virtual women moving in a strip club. I even purposely tried to veer the camera away from these women so that I wouldn't have any kind of an issue on YouTube. Well, the video got flagged. YouTube gave me a community strike. And basically, yeah, that video was completely removed, and I had to try to dispute it in order to get it cleared up from my account, because when you have these strikes against you, you lose features on your YouTube channel. Ultimately, I don't remember if it even got resolved, because I had to stop using Darkside Phil anyway for copyright infringement abuse reasons, but you get my point. Silly stuff like virtual nudity somehow gets flagged on YouTube. Now, it's weird because YouTube seems to have changed over the years. In fact, if you take a look, for example, my South Park The Stick of Truth playthrough from 2 years ago, there's a scene where it shows naked cartoon boobs and even cartoon balls, hell, in a scene of the game. Everyone played that game, everyone uploaded those clips, and that's perfectly fine according to YouTube. And so ultimately, when it comes to YouTube's community guidelines, the problem here is inconsistency. Never has there ever been kind of a black or white answer on, can I upload this? Can't I upload this? Is it okay to upload this if I flag it as 18+? It's all a very confusing situation. And I've seen many instances where someone gets in trouble for something that someone else already did before them. I mean, playing the same game, showing the same scene from a movie. One person has it full-on nudity, full-on sexual content. Another person edits it, and they get in trouble. And in fact, that's exactly the case for what we're about to talk about with Lost Paws. So, I don't know the actual specifics because I didn't get to see the video. The video is gone from the internet. I guess Lost Paws was doing one of those visual novel style games or whatever, and he was basically showing scenes from one of them. Like I said, his channel's a lot of anime-esque stuff. And there is a scene, apparently, where there is some nudity, and there is a sex scene in this visual novel that he was making a video of. However, he edited it. He actually censored the nudity. He blocked it out or whatever, you know, did that mosaic shit to make sure there was no nudity on the screen. He even said there's one scene where it's supposed to be showing sex, but it's from a perspective where you see absolutely no nudity at all. It's actually kind of funny because it's funny to see one guy's reaction going, ugh, on his face. So, really, if you actually watched this video, at least according to Lost Paws, there is no community violation. He purposely edited the video in order to avoid that. Well, for whatever reason, somehow this video got flagged by a user, and here we are 2 years later, the video gets marked for a community strike, and now Lost Paws has completely lost the ability to post videos on his YouTube channel until he actually appeals this and gets it reversed. It's absolutely absurd. Now, he made a video where he defends himself, and he has a valid point. He says there's other people who have done the same playthrough as me or the same video as me of this visual novel or whatever, and they showed everything. They showed the nudity, they showed the sex, they didn't edit it like me, and they never got a community strike against them, so what the fuck gives that I become the target of this? And the bottom line is that is the problem with YouTube. It's only based off of if someone submits it, if somehow someone has a bug up their ass at YouTube and says, well, I think that this violates it, there's no black and white code to tell you what's okay on YouTube. Why is it okay to play South Park: The Stick of Truth and have cartoon boobs and balls, but it's not okay to have a censored sex scene from a Japanese anime-style visual novel? It makes no sense. There's no consistency there, and it's complete and utter bullshit. Oh, but that's just the tip of the iceberg this week, because the next person who was affected by false bullshit on YouTube does directly tie in with the copyright issues that we were talking about last week. His name is Chibi Reviews, an entire YouTube channel dedicated to anime, reviews of anime, montages, all kinds of fun anime-style stuff. And this guy has around 118,000 subscribers, so significantly smaller than, say, the last guy, Lost Paws, that we talked about, but still a sizable audience, and people love the guy's stuff. So he has a vlog from January 2016, standing on a porch in the snow, saying, enjoy the snow. And I can't see the vlog, I wish I could, but according to Chibi Reviews, all it was this person standing on their porch saying, enjoy the snow, with the royalty-free, supposedly copyright-safe, YouTube-approved music playing in the background. If you don't know what that is, YouTube actually has a listing of songs. On any video you upload, you can add music to the background from a listing of songs that YouTube has approved for you to use in your videos with no copyright issues, no royalties owed to anyone. So this is the vlog according to Chibi Reviews. It got taken down for a copyright strike. What? So right now, if I'm in my bathroom taking a shit, someone could flag that video for a copyright strike. I mean, it just boggles the mind. Is the snow copywritten? Is the fucking house, is the guy who built the house that fucking put the copyright strike against Chibi Reviews? Oh, I built that house, so I own the rights to any videos in it. It makes no fucking sense. Obviously, it's completely bogus. And if you actually look a little further, Chibi Reviews have been posting on their Twitter saying, oh, it was a guy named John Kelby. And he's all into it, and he's searching on the internet, and he found this guy, John Kelby, might be some guy who works for some company. But ultimately, what I think of is this is a Steve Jones scenario. If you don't know what a Steve Jones scenario is, way back in 2010 on my Dark Side Phil YouTube channel, I had a false copyright strike filed against me for a game playthrough that I was doing. Originally on my page, it showed that Ubisoft had given me the copyright strike, but once my fans raged over to the Ubisoft forums, got in contact with Ubisoft employees, Ubisoft said, we didn't do this, so YouTube removed this tag saying that Ubisoft had did it, and instead replaced it with the name Steve Jones. And so it became infamous across the internet, Steve Jones, the copyright abuser who basically false claims videos on people and impersonates other companies, and how stupid YouTube's copyright system is, that somehow they fooled the bots into thinking that he worked for Ubisoft. In this case, it's even worse because the name John Kelby has nothing to do with the company. It's just a generic name. So some Joe Schmo somehow filed a copyright claim against a personal vlog from Chibi Reviews and actually got it fucking removed and got a copyright strike against them. I mean, what is safe? It's certainly one thing if you're talking about, okay, I had a game playthrough with video game footage, or I had a video with copyrighted music in it that I had permission to use, but maybe there was a copyright issue there with their bots not matching it properly, or even with me, I had fan art in my videos. Okay, a bot may see that someone posted fan art someone else first, and then I put it in my video and say make a 1 and 2 connection by doing some kind of algorithm and visual matchup system. But how the fuck do you say that a copyright claim is legitimate against a fucking vlog? It makes absolutely no sense, and in the past 24 hours, the internet has erupted with support for Chibi Reviews saying, what the fuck is going on? The front page of Reddit had a story about it. It's the dumbest shit ever. And again, if this could happen to any person doing a vlog, then that means no one is safe. YouTube's copyright infringement bots are so fucking stupid that anyone could submit a false claim against anyone for anything, and there's a chance it might go through. Now, I have to ask the question, how can YouTube have some kind of, any kind of corporate responsibility whatsoever, and have a system where you can blatantly false claim things like a fucking personal vlog and have no checks to make sure there's any legitimacy to it, and have no recourse against the person who claimed it. It's preposterous. Right now, Chibi Reviews should be getting a settlement for a false copyright strike. This is an abuse of the law, and YouTube should be fucking held accountable for having a piece of shit system incorporated into it. It's not an excuse. So to close this video, I guess I'll give you a follow-up on that Twitter posting that the CEO of YouTube made last week. If you don't remember it, here it is, where basically she said, oh, don't worry, we're listening to everyone's concerns, and here's a forum post. If you read the forum post, in short, it says that the YouTube team is now working on improving their way that they're going to do things, especially in the realm of monetization and all these copyright issues. They're going to have a team of people who are now going to be dedicated to working on this and making sure that these issues don't happen. Guess what? It's complete and utter bullshit, and I have fucking proof. You want to know what the proof is? Engadget, if you don't know, they're a tech website that covers this kind of stuff, wrote an article about this whole snafu last week about how YouTubers are up in arms about false copyright stuff, and how basically YouTube has come out and said, oh, we're going to form a team to improve copyrights. Guess what? Take a look at this little snippet at the bottom of the article. That's right. YouTube contacted Engadget and said, oh, well, technically, that's not factually correct. The improvements that we're making are to our monetization and policies around monetization, not around copyright. So you know what that means? They're not improving anything. They're not changing the bots. They're not going to change their system at all. What they're going to do is have a team to review whether or not you should lose the ability to put ads on your videos if you get a false fucking copyright strike against you. So really, the only person that this applies to is Doug Walker, who got the false copyright strike from Studio Ghibli and lost his monetization for 3 weeks. Everyone else just doesn't want fucking false copyright strikes. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter if they take away your monetization or not. If you get 3 of these fucking things, your channel is gone. So who gives a flaming fuck if you temporarily lose your monetization? We want this fucking thing fixed so you don't get the false strikes to begin with. And in this update to Engadget, YouTube said, oh, we're not doing that. Wow. I don't know if anyone on the internet knows this. Do the people at Channel Awesome know this? Do the people who have been covering this story know this? I just read this article this morning and I'm like, how did people miss this? Because this is like big news. YouTube literally telling Engadget, no, we're not improving our system the way that you thought. I mean, and now look what happened this past week. You got Lost Paws, you got Chibi Reviews. Obviously, the system has not been improved. It's fucking garbage. And people need to know this. So, if you're watching this video right now, please spread the word. Let people know about this article and what happened. And this is bullshit. And the bottom line is, I'm not going to stand for it anymore. And I want to know when this further bullshit happens. I've stood up for myself in the past, but if I find out other people are being affected by this false bullshit, I want to know. So I can do update videos like this and raise awareness on the internet. Even with just within my viewership, I know it's kind of small, but that's fine. I'd rather do whatever I can, due diligence to spread the word, than just kind of sit on my ass and ignore it. So please, in the future, if you find out about people being affected by this kind of stuff, tell me. Send me a tweet, send me an email, give me the situation, and if I could do an update vlog like this every once in a while to let everyone know what's going on, I will. Now, hopefully, there will be good news. But that Engadget article got me fucking salty as shit this morning when I read it, and I'm like, they literally white-faced lied to all of us. And last week when I was so critical of the CEO of YouTube, right? Everyone said, oh, he's just not trusting. He's just really negative towards YouTube and it's not fair. But then look what happened immediately after. Not even a week after, we find out that they were lying. So, duh, I know what I'm talking about. I've been on YouTube for 8 fucking years. I see how they treat everyone. I know what's going on. I'm not making shit up. I'm basing this off of my own personal experiences, the experiences I've had between YouTube and YouTube's lawyers and my Machinima's legal side and all of that. I know all this shit going on behind the scenes. It's fucking bullshit. So please, spread the word. Let everyone know what's going on. Thank you for watching, and hopefully the next time that I make a vlog about this, things will be better. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you then.